Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to your next video. What number are we on? I think I say this every single time, but I can't remember. I really should start writing these down. But anyway, this is probably going to be a shorter one. We're going to talk about and, or, and not logic. So, what are these? What are these things? I think we briefly cover not, but I'm going to do examples of each and then kind of go from there. So it's easier to see. So let's say we have an integer a, which is going to equal 1. And then we have another integer b, which we want to equal 2. And then we can have an if statement. So if a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 2, do this. So what this is saying is, obviously if a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 2. So both of these conditions have to be met in order for this if statement to run. So they are both equal. We can write. I didn't mean to put that. Okay, so both of these conditions are met, then it will run. We'll see here in a second. That will be the case. There we go. So and requires all of the conditions to be met. So what's the difference between and or? Well, let's say that b is actually going to equal 5. And we change this to or. By the way, and is 2 ampersands. So it's the symbol above the 7. So you put 2 of them, not 1, because if you put 1, you will get an error. Or a warning. So you need to put 2, and that goes for or as well. Or are the two, I don't know the technical term, but they're two straight lines. It's above the enter. It's the key above the enter, and you have to hit shift in order for them to appear, or you'll get the regular slashes. But you need 2 of these to symbolize the or. So, or, only one of the conditions needs to be met in order for it to be true, or it to run. So we can build that. We can see, well, b equals 5 and it doesn't equal 2, but a equals 1. So one of these conditions are met, and it's or, so it will run nonetheless. By the way, both can be true for an or. It's at least 1. So there you can see. But this statement isn't true now. They are both equal because before it's an or, so b before b equals 5. So don't believe what you read, I guess. That was just some random code to run to show that it did run. But anyway, or, like I said, only one of the, not only, at least one of the conditions needs to be met in order for the code to execute. But an and, both have to be met. So what is a not? So let's say not a is equal to 2. So what is this saying? Well, let's look at this part. It says a is equal to 2, not that. So if we run this, a is equal to 1. That's fine if we didn't use b. It still ran. And this is the same as saying a is not equal to 2. So instead of the double equal, we can put not, the not symbol, and then equal. So if a is not equal to 2, run this code. And there you go. We didn't use b. That's the reason I'm getting this warning here. But that's okay. Doesn't make any difference. So yeah, pretty simple. Or just one of the conditions or more needs to be true in order for the whole statement to be true. So if we have a is equal to 1, we can have 10 other statements here that are completely false, but it doesn't matter because one of them did meet it. So we can have or blah blah blah, or blah blah blah, or blah blah blah. But at least one of them is true, therefore the whole statement is true. But and every single one needs to be true. There's no exception. If one is not true, then the whole statement is false. Okay? So get used to seeing those and practice them out. Make an if statement or something and test that out and see what you think. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty simple. So yeah, I'll see you next time.